Hello, lovers and leaders out there. How are you? Welcome to another episode with me, Dr. Sarah, your IO psychologist, coach, friend, okay, mentor, etc. So today's video, I'm focusing on certain leaders out there in the celebrity world, specifically Mr. Shannon Sharpe. I did hear on the YouTube streets that his middle name is Jonathan, allegedly, but anyhow. So I need to kind of jump on this on Mr. Shannon Sharpe because one, I've actually caught some of his podcasts before and I've watched some of them and I've seen some clips. And I have to say, salute his talent of interviewing and, gisting with his guests and making them feel comfortable. And they seem to be having a good time on his show, and they open up to him. And that's a skill. That's a talent. And you can really tell he enjoys what he's doing. And on this podcast, I'm all about advocating for leaders, whether in the workspace, whether in business, whether in social, you're a leader in the social media realm or media realm. I'm all about highlighting like there's certain people out there that are leading the way. And they are people to follow, right? And to be inspired. And, like the Bible would say, Shannon Sharpe, from the little I knew of him through the social media world, he has a great name. And God always promises when it comes to like Christianity, God always promises for his children, he will give them a great name. However, er, in the past few days, this leader in entertainment and also he's also an American football star, right? Former American football star. His name is being tainted. And I just want to just hold space for the fact that, there are people out there that look up to Shannon Sharpe, that probably see him as a role model. I wouldn't say for me personally that I saw him as my role model, but I definitely got entertained by his work, right, on his podcast, right? Because I don't know him enough to be a role model. So if you did see him as a role model for you and you know him pretty personally or you've watched him for many years, let me know in the comment section, okay? But it's the recent revelations of some alleged personal endeavors, okay, between him and a what 19-year-old or 20-year-old female. It just really made me uh just caution myself and also to you all out there that um really be conscious of who you say from your mouth that you look up to, because the reality is on this media world, social media world, right, people are only going to give you what they want to give you, right? People are going to give you what they're going to give you, and that's just the reality, right? um but I'm sure over time, even for myself, like I would love to expand this platform even more and more so you get to see what else I do in other parts of my life. But in reality, people are just going to give you what they want to give you, and you don't know everything about a person to really say they're your role model. I really believe like role models, if you really are a wise person and you want to look to somebody as your role model, you literally have an intimate relationship with them. I mean, like you're close to them. You know their background, you know their foundation, you know their values, right? I thought Shannon Sharpe was one of those legit guys that had some common sense. I really did. Like I'm just like I really thought that his wit, his this business strategy, business acumen. I really thought like that kind of translated in other areas of his life. And the reality is you could be a whip, in the business arena and the workplace, but and a great leader, you're doing great things, right? You're paving the way. but that doesn't always translate into your personal life, right? To be a leader there. And let's hold space for that. That's the reality. A lot of us, we know people that are really good at their job, but or you may have a spouse like that or a friend really great at their job, but on in terms of relationship, friendship, just 0 points. Like 0 points, right? I just would love a situation where, and I do this too, like I'm walking a life where all parts of me are aligned. All right. It's not going to be this Sarah version here, this Sarah version here, this Sarah version here. But to be fair, one would argue, well, there's some spaces you have to play a particular role, and I can get that. But what I'm trying to get to is that whether you're a leader, you're active lover in a relationship, friendship, trying to give love and really be in healthy relationships, that your authentic self is manifesting. Seeing just receipts of Shannon Sharpe, I'm not here to condemn him, but it's just obvious that there is an underlying, unaddressed wound, okay? There's a part of his soul is just shattered. I'm just gonna just keep it a buck. Like, I don't understand how a pretty smart, outgoing 50 something year old is choosing to align themselves with someone that's just approaching 20s at this point, right? I don't know, it's just not mathing up. It's not mathing up. um I don't know why is it that sometimes we could be really great in the space of business, but in relationships, which is such an important foundation in any healthy leader, okay, it's just close to 0 points and negative 0 points in some instances. I don't know. Yeah, so let's be careful who we call role models. All right. um some media personalities out there are just, I mean, it just shows just a very much unstable person, right? Unstable person. And having a great name is everything in the business world, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section if you agree with me, because having a great name is everything in business, everything in media, everything everywhere. Having that great name, all right, is profitable. And Shannon Sharpe, I just, I saw on the YouTube streets, the social media streets, the media streets, that he's taken a step down from his relationship with the ESPN organization, right? That sports channel. So that's a shame. And but the reality is, ESPN is a long-standing, established name, brand, business, and of course, great names always attached to great names, like Shannon Sharpe. And when I think about this 100 million podcast deal that's been circulating as well, that he's signed or is signing, I don't know if that's going to happen, because again, someone is not going to give you, organizations give you those 100 million podcast deal because of your great name, because of your respected name. And I just don't understand how these front leaders like Shannon Sharpe just truly believe in this era, okay, in this culture, and even under God, whether you believe in him or not. See, God is about exposing in the right season. And for whatever reason, since 2024 and now in 2025, there's a lot of various exposures happening. I'm sure some of you could probably say some things even in your personal life. Like, you can't be in this current season, your face out there, and you're a leader in media like a Shannon Sharpe, and think you can do these shenanigans behind closed doors and you're not gonna get exposed. And just the audacity of him thinking that he could get away with certain things that allegedly he's done to the young girl. Like, what is going on? Like, See, again, like I said, I so saluted and respected his hustle. I respected his intellect, doing his podcasting and the interviewing. And of course, what a great career in American football. But I'm like, I just don't understand, like, how you would just pretty much self sabotage um, yourself by making these irrational decisions in your personal relationship. And let me hold space. He can do whatever he wants in his personal time and his personal space. Point blank period. You know, and I believe the young lady is of adult age, right? But very young when this started. Um per what I'm hearing, okay, allegedly. So I'm just like, there's a self-sabotage element. I just don't understand how an established man cannot get with an established woman. Let me know in the comment section. I mean, I have some theories. I have some theories, okay? I have some theories, but it just tells me and just provides insight that leaders can be so great in one area, but another area they are very weak, very, very weak, and they haven't disciplined themselves in that weak area. And that is one of the hallmarks of somebody with a great name, a great brand, all right, a great establishment. They have disciplined themselves and been very consistent, providing high quality output of work, right? And above all, loving what they do, but they just haven't disciplined themselves or loved themselves in other parts of their life. So I hope, Shannon Sharpe, if you ever come across this, that you would love the other part of yourself in relation to this male and female relationship that you obviously desire, right? And just ask yourself questions like, why haven't you disciplined yourself in that area? Like, what is it about the romantic relationships that you like? It's literally just up in the air. It's literally just a hot mess. That's the other word I can think of right now. A complete hot mess. All right. It just tells me in the area of romantic relationships, it's almost like you're the weakling. You're the weakling, right? You're the weakling. And I think about there's people out there literally looking up to you, Shannon Sharpe. Younger generation wanting that fame, wanting to do what they love and wanting to get paid for it, the $100 million of it all, right? And what messaging are you giving? Do you even care? And that's the thing about the leaders out there right now that are famous. I wouldn't necessarily say that they are leaders, because true authentic leaders, they do care about the messaging that's going out there about them, about their life, and they care about the impact it's going to have on people's lives, especially the younger generation, like what they're going to learn. Some leaders care, some leaders don't care. All right. And I guess Shannon never thought he'll get found out. I guess not. I guess this is what happens when some leaders with a particular mindset, like Shannon, they get money, they get fame, and then they think, you know what? Yeah, I can have any woman at any time and do whatever. Yeah, that's not the type of leader I would follow. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. That's just not a leader that I would follow. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, this kind of revelations out there about his indiscretions, those that are morally conscious, it is gonna have an impact on us the way we see him. It is gonna have an impact on our decision making to continue to support him and watch him. I really do hope and pray that he comes on and apologizes and just has a moment of reflection of like, you know what, somebody as with his stature, with his work ethic, with his brand, probably shouldn't be making those kind of decisions out there. Or like I heard on another podcast, they said, yeah, you need to be careful how you move in these streets, you know, especially as you get more and more famous and you get more and more money, you know, there is a target on your back. You need to have wisdom. You really need to have wisdom. You really need to have wisdom. As for me, to sum it up, yeah, I'm just going to continue to desire to look up to no one as my role model. Can I learn from people? Yes. But the reality is, you don't always know the 360 degrees of a person. So, as always, I'm just gonna be anchoring into like Jesus Christ tells me in the Bible, follow him. All right. I'm likely never going to be as perfect as Jesus Christ. None of us are, right? But he says, follow him anyway. All right. Because he knows the weakness of humanity. And without Jesus, there's just going to just be a lot of falling. And I feel bad for Shannon right now. You know, there's a falling going on right now. But I do hope that he humbles himself and yeah, doesn't allow pride and ego to take over. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. When it comes to leadership, as always, please check out my link in the description session. Link in the description, okay, section, so we can have a one-on-one. I provide various services for you all, and I would love to connect. Okay, until next time, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss another video from me, and like if this resonates with you, and share if somebody else you believe needs to hear this. Blessings to you always. Bye.